The night I stopped, I was basically invited into the room of one of the elder riders. We sat down, we chatted about the fact that it wasn't the end of the world, that I'd stopped the Tour de France, that we still had the Tour of Spain, and that it was up to me now to go home and recover from the Tour, and that it was a good idea, in their opinion, for me to go to Italy and spend time with this older rider. And this older rider happened to be somebody who I knew from within the team, who had already been a chaperone as such to another rider in the team the year previously, and let's just say had taken care of his doping needs. And the odd thing is, it's when I went into that room, I was still sure I wasn't going to dope. And I walked out of that room knowing I was going to go to Italy and dope. And it was as anticlimactic as that. And that's the thing that makes me not so much angry as just sad. There was more people there willing to guide me in that direction than the other way around. And that was one of the problems with the sport at the time. I did enough to give me to guarantee my results at the Vuelta. And I did win it, and I won it by 1 second. And I remember just pure, absolute, unadulterated relief. Very little joy, just thank God. And I don't think that's the way you're supposed to kind of feel after you win races. From 2001 the first time to 2003, there were 3 phases, 3 blocks where I doped. And that was where I decided I was going to stop completely. As good as I thought I'd been at hiding it, I wasn't that good. And eventually it caught up with me. So much cynicism, and I think the young riders need to know you can win races clean, like with nothing. I mean, I do no injections whatsoever anymore, nothing. I did a 3-week stage race that year after 2 years not racing, did the Tour of Spain and won the 14th stage, and I have been having a multivitamin every morning. And I think like the young riders need to know that, because it's such a kind of a culture shock in our sport that it's possible to do that. I'm 30 years old, which is getting on a bit now, I suppose. I turned pro when I was 19 in 1997, and that was a long time ago in cycling. And I was rooting with Tony Rominger and Maurizio Fondriest, and that's a whole generation, almost 2 generations ago of cyclists. I've seen a lot of things that I should have never seen. I've done things that I shouldn't have done. And I think with Jonathan Vaughters, all the riders that have been chosen are kind of chosen not only because of their riding ability, but because of their personalities as such. And not only me, but I feel that every single one of us in the team, from Maggie to Julian to Christian, even Dave, I think we can all bring something hugely important to these guys coming up, and also to American cycling, I hope, and world cycling. If teams and team managements don't take on a responsibility to look towards the future and to kind of to build and to try and make a difference, then we're going to go nowhere. What we're trying to do with Slipstream is something different. We just want to make a difference. It's just like kind of give people a ray of light and a bit of fun and a bit of something to believe in again. And I mean, it's not only by chance become the #1 American cycling team. I think it's going to become not only a flag-bearing team for the States, but a flag-bearing team for world cycling. I came into the sport loving it so much and so driven and so sure in where I was going to go with it. And like I said, 10 years down the line, I was lying in a prison cell in Biarritz, confused, sad, and just baffled as to how I'd got myself into that place. that it is such a wonderful sport, and it does bring the most amazing things out of people. That's what we have to remember. That's what the sport's about. It's not just about getting points and winning. It's about kind of getting the best out of ourselves. And what Jonathan's taught me, it's not just about the winning or the ultimate goal. It's the process that's so important as well. It's making excellence a habit and not a goal. And I think that's what we can learn, is that the process is almost more important than the actual outcome.